We are back with Tim McGeary in the studio.
Psyched to be here.
Aren't we lucky?
Oh,
this is a great way to spend our Friday night.
I don't think you love the Beatles, really.
No, not too much, but they do make good background. We love the Beatles, of course
had,
we
like,
do.
What, you had to make the bar, set the bar so high. Thank you, boys.
Well, you know, they influenced a lot of people.
They do. I'm totally influenced by the Beatles. I love the Beatles, man.
Yeah.
What I loved about their records is, like Sgt. Pepper's or the White Album, every song is like its own entity. You know, it's like they're different. And that's what I try to do when I do these concerts. Same thing of, like, you know, switching out, like fast, slow, picking, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
Well, you're deep in songs, that's for sure. And they're great, all of them.
Oh, thanks.
Everything you do
Well, not
is
all of them.
awesome. Yeah, they are.
No.
All the ones I've heard.
Yeah, that's the only ones you get to hear. You don't hear the ones that are not so good.
Well, speaking of music, you have a new album coming out, I hear.
Well, I'm doing some new singles. I have a song called Stardust that just we recorded, and then we did a really nice music blog podcast. It's called Music Studio Live, and it was an hour and 20 minutes interview, and we did 2 songs with the band live. It was really nice. And it was nice, so it was fun. I got a lot of things going. I think this year already I have about 12 cuts and some more coming. You know, just like, but they're not like cut yet, but they're doing the songs.
Okay, so for those that don't understand what you mean by cuts,
that means somebody's doing one of my songs.
There you go.
And the thing is for me, and a lot of them are indie songs like that, you know, but it's fine because it always makes me feel really good that somebody out of all the songs they could have chose one. They chose one of mine.
Yeah, it's quite the
Sure.
compliment, quite
cool.
the honor.
And then I love because they do something different with it. You know, it's like it's cool. It's like I want to hear how you interpret it. You know,
right.
And but the fun thing was I was lucky to get on an album with William Shatner and Jeff Cook from Alabama. It's called Why Not Me, and he did a song called Wrong Number. And William Shatner is doing the verses. You know, he does the talking part, dramatic talking, and Jeff Cook from the band Alabama sings the choruses.
All right.
So he sort of re-released
William
it.
Shatner, not like Star Trek William Shatner?
William Shatner, Star Trek, yes.
Right.
Yes.
But he's just the talk. Because I can't. Well, he doesn't sing, does he?
No, he just talks it. But but he's the guy's amazing. I mean, he's like 88 years old, and he's all over the world. He's doing and he's a really everyone that knows him. He's a really nice guy, and he's really into horses. He's an equine guy, so he loves horses and does a lot of that stuff. And I think he wrote a book on it, something like that too. And
wow.
So yeah, he's really an amazing guy. And the TV shows, the Comic-Con stuff,
Yeah,
he just keeps going.
He's keeping busy, and that's probably
awesome.
keeping him young somewhat. And you've been traveling all over the place, and you're getting ready to set off on yet another European tour. Tell us about that.
Yeah, well, I'm going over to Europe. We're leaving on May 16th. My first show is in Rota, Spain, on the 22nd, and the lady just contacted me yesterday on Facebook, and she said I'm promoting the show now. I'm starting to get it going, so it's fun.
Yay!
And I have a show, and one in Germany and one in Paris, in France, in Strasbourg, France. And so then I have my friends that I did the show in Denmark last year. They're coming down to they want to come to the German show. They're coming down from Germany, so they said it's not that far away. We'll just drive down. I went, yeah, we love it. So and that's the thing, I love it. I mean, my wife and I. When I first met my wife, she was supposed to go to Europe with a son-in-law boyfriend. And he even bought tickets like in the Queen Mary, and she didn't go. She stayed with me.
Oh.
So I had to promise her that we're going to go to Europe someday. Well, this is the third time, so I definitely kept my promise.
You kept your end of the bargain. Yeah.
So we're going for 46 days, and what we do is we're going to go, this time we're going to go down like some of the things we didn't see in southern Spain, like and then Granada and Seville, and watching Gibraltar, and then we're going to go to Rota, do the show. Then we're going through Portugal, because I've heard so many things. Everyone goes, you got to go to Portugal.
Okay.
Everyone loves it there. It's affordable. It's really beautiful. Then we're going to go over drive over across to eastern France. There's this really cool exhibit we want to see, and there's always those castles everywhere. It's just the coolest thing. There's so many. And the thing is, you see these things that are 1,000 years old. And somebody built them. They didn't have any automatic tools. There was no cranes. It was pulleys and wood, and it's
it's quite amazing.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Real craftsmanship. And it's really cool. Like when we were in Rome that one time, that one door, it was in the Indian Forum. It's a bronze door, and the bronze door was made 400 years before Jesus was born. So the door is 2,400 years plus. and the locking mechanism still works.
Amazing.
Yeah.
They don't make them like they
dude,
used to,
I'm
do
telling
they?
you, 24. We're just working this thing in. It's almost brand new. It's almost, so.
Wow.
It's incredible. And and the people and the foods, like like when you're in France, like the bread. I love gazpacho. It's like one of my favorite things. So in Spain, and it's funny. I've been to like all these different cities in Spain, and every time it's gazpacho, it always tastes exactly the same. It's like, do you guys got like a national recipe or something? 'Cause it always like, even the roadside, they have roadside, but it's really fun. And we love Spain. Spain would be one of the places I would think to live. There's a one city called Segovia, like above Madrid. And it's beautiful and has a big giant Roman aqueduct going through it. And they have these two beautiful castles, and it's really nice. And they have this little thing where they have suckling pigs, and they play these instruments and little fifer things and drums, and they bring down the suckling pigs and they do the dance. It's really fun.
Oh, wow.
But it's really cool. But just a beautiful little town, small, and then there's mountains, like snow-capped mountains in the distance, so it's beautiful.
So is that your favorite place that you've been, you think?
I don't know. I have so many favorites.
There's a lot.
I mean, Greece is like, it was funny. We were in Greece. This guy, he's like, this guy should have been a movie character. He's like. And so he goes, hey, Tim, like in Greece, if you make like $1,500 a month, you'll be good. You can live nice in Greece. And I go, how much you make? And I go, I do pretty well. So I told him, he's like, well, give me the number, Tim. I go, oh, I make this. He goes, what? You would live like a king. I go, honey, do you want to go live like, you could be my queen. We'll go live. So, but we love, Athens was, it's just a city, but like, it was cool seeing the Parthenon and, and the Acropolis and everything is, 3,000-year-old stuff. And, but the beach is really beautiful, and the Adriatic Sea, Croatia, beautiful, those kind of things. And just, Slovenia, we stopped and had this restaurant and he goes, you want this platter? It was like a platter of meat. And I went, well, okay, I get, I'm thinking that, oh my God, dude, like this could feed the family of 6, it was like, what do we do with what? But it was everything from the farm. Everything from the farm, local farms. Oh, wow. All the vegetables from local farms. So it's like, and like the cheeses and the breads and stuff like that. And we had a place in Paris, and to walk past to get to the subway, we had to pass this bakery. We never got past it without stopping. He's like, oh, is that fresh hot croissants just out of the oven?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So good, so, and, but like, and, the thing is we were in Marrakesh, Morocco, and I love going to different places, so you guys went to Marrakesh too, it was great. And the people are nice. I mean, like, if you're nice, guess what? They're nice. It's like, and everyone was like, and we were in Ramadan there, and it was like one day we're like, we just asked, because I know it's Ramadan, and you guys don't eat, but like I'm like really hungry. I'm like, is there any place we could like maybe Western? And he goes, oh, I know a place. Come on. So he takes it. We go all down these back alleys. We're like, oh man, where's he taking us? And he opens the store, and there's this beautiful courtyard with 2 orange trees in it, and they had this beautiful like tangine chicken and falafels and
yum,
so delicious, yeah. And then we had like the one that went out there, and they had this lamb shank, and it was in the tangine cooker, and they had plums and almonds and all these spices. Meat just fall off the bone. It was like, oh, so delicious. So it's cool. I love going to food there because like, it's like I don't cook that.
Right.
I could. Right. I could. I want to learn, but it's like that's what I love about these places. Mm-hmm. And then also we take a car, and it's really affordable actually. Gas a little pricey. Tolls can be a little hairy, but like when we were one time we were in Germany, we were riding down, and we're just really hungry, and it's like 7 o'clock. It's like, man, I'm starving. Me too. It's like so we just stop at this little town, and they have like schnitzel with mushroom gravy and the homemade spettel noodles. It's like, oh my God, it's like comfort food from heaven. Like
so how much weight did you gain when you were in Europe?
I lost 10 pounds.
You did?
Yeah, because we walked all the time. We walked, we're always
okay.
walking and stuff. So it's like, like we're eating gelatos every day, sometimes 2 a day. We're like, this is awesome. Eating gelato, and I'm thinner. It's like, I love this diet. Can we get these at home? So.
No wonder you keep going back to
That's
Europe.
it. So I keep on,
and I know they love you there too.
They're they love American music. They do. They like that. They love some of that the rootsy kind of stuff, Americana, like that. That rockabilly. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff. But it's funny, like that rock set. I saw in the Joyride. Joyride, you food. That must have played about 50 times. I was like, is that like a new song? I was like, I guess they love it. You know,
Wow.
and they played it again and again. But it was really fun. And what I found, you know, through all my travels, and I've been to a lot of places, probably 40 different countries if I put them all together. Well, people are sort of the same. They just want to put food on the table. They love their children. They're trying to have a roof. They want to have some opportunity, you know. And so we just have to make sure that that's what most of the people in the world are. They just regular folks, loving folks that don't want to kill and maim and all that, you know, the crazy stuff, because that's what gets all the attention.
Right.
Not the regular people that are like nice and family oriented, you know. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
but I love so that's so great. So and then I have I'm going back. I go to Nashville like every about 2.5 months, and I stay usually about 2 weeks, and I write about 20-25 songs when I go up, co-write. And I would tell you when I first started going there, you know, because I thought I'm a songwriter. I have 2 solo CDs. I know what I'm doing. No, son, come up to Nashville, get schooled a little bit, you know. So and it took me about 3 years. My friend Mike Kinnaman, I told him one time, I said, you know, Mike, I've been coming up, you know, and about 3 years in, I said, I finally got it. And I said, song American Made, I think that was the one I think, okay, I'm getting it. And he goes, I'm so glad you said that, because some people don't get it. You just got to do some time here. And the thing, and I said, I'm so glad I didn't write with like the big giant hit songwriters, because you get one shot with those.
Right.
All right, here's a shot. You know, but I mean, and I'm writing now, like I'm running with Presley Tucker, you know, Tanya Tucker's daughter. She's really good. She's awesome. I'm writing with Chaz Sanford, the guy that wrote "Missing You" for John Waite, and he was a teenager, and he produced a Chicago record.
Really?
Yeah, he's got. You think my stories are good? Oh my goodness, he's got the best stories ever. So, and I was telling you know my favorite Bowie story is we were roading for a guy named Richard Hell in Voidoids, and what happened? We asked Richard if we could open up at CBGB's, that famous rock club in New York City. If we can open up for you they had a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. We'll play you can take the whole door and we'll roadie for free. I mean, you'll make money and you don't have to pay us. He's like, well, that sort of works out good. So, and he was really good friends with Blondie, and keyboard player Jimmy Destry was there. So on Thursday night we played, and Jimmy Destry was there. And at that time he was working with Bowie on his record. Jimmy Destry was. So, so on Friday night we finished our set, and we had a friend of ours that was staying with us from Scotland, and he said, "Hey, I'll do the roadieing for you because David Bowie's out there and wants to see you." And so we're like, like, you know, 5-year-old short pants, David Bowie, what? Like, you know, like, and we got a lot of, you know, but he was the nicest guy, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, and we sat down, bought some beers, we just talked for about an hour, and when he left, he went to the door guy and he said, "Hey, what's the opening band getting paid?" And they said, "Oh, they're not getting paid." And he goes, "Oh, yeah, they are." And he took $900 out of his pocket and paid us.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and he was an awesome guy. Just, you know, and anyone that knows him and worked with him, you never hear like bad blood with him. He was an artist. You know, he worked hard. You know, and the thing when he died, didn't tell anybody he was sick. That's typical him.
Wow.
He didn't want to get any, you know, he didn't want to get anybody to know. And that, so I respect him. And I've met like a lot of guys, you know, like and stuff. And most of the people that you find that are super successful, like big time songwriters, you know, that like they're still making hits, and like they're the nicest people. Mm-hmm. They've already done it,
right?
And they've done it. And but I love being the songwriter. I love doing these. I did like when I was in the '82 and I was in the A&M Records and stuff. We did a lot of 5 to 25,000 seaters. You opened up for Duran Duran and Billy Idol and all those guys, and it was really fun, you know, because you're in front of 25,000. But I like the house concerts, you know, and I like being a songwriter because this is the thing. You know, you write the songs. A lot of times you write with the artist themselves, so you hang out with the artist. It's sort of fun. You have a really nice community of songwriters you work with. It's the money comes in. The guys that made like Friends in Low Places made $11 million each.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't have to work. Never left the house. Yeah. Just checks coming on in. So, but the thing is, no one knows who you are. So you don't have the thing, like, I mean, think about being famous today and everyone's got a cell phone. And you're just picking your nose. Click. Oh, yeah. Nose picker. It's on Facebook. It's on Instagram. It's on USA Today. You know, you're scratching your butt. Oh, the butt scratch. You know, I would hate to be that. You know, what I mean, it's like, so the thing is, so how fun is it just to do, be this and do these. And I love that because we really connect with house concerts. You talk to the people, you tell them your story, you meet them, you meet and greet before them, you're shaking hands, you're taking their stories in, and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know where stories going to come from,
That's true.
Like my one friend, he got married. I love this story. And his old grandma, went to his new wife at the wedding, and she's an old country gal, and she's like, "Now, darling," she goes, "you want to have a full and happy marriage?" And she's like, "Well, yes, ma'am, I do." She goes, "Well, I'm going to tell you the secret, honey." Says, "You got to be good to your man, because you don't feed the dog at home. He'll be digging in the trash." I'm like, I said, "Oh my God, it's the best country song ever." So I wrote it with a guy named Buddy Brock, and he's a fan. He wrote like Watermelon Crawl, and Don't Tell Mom and Drinking, and Nothing Wrong with the Radio, Dual Antennas Whipping in the Wind, And just great guy, and it's so funny. I told him about the idea, and he's like, "Damn, Tim!" He goes like, "I've been writing country songs for 35 years. I never heard of you. Better come. We're writing that one." So so it's really good. So I've been very fortunate that write with some of these guys.
Oh, yeah.
But thank God that that I was sort of ready and prepared.
Yeah.
People say, "Oh, you're so lucky" and stuff. I go, I really believe that luck is
what
opportunity.
You make it.
When you are prepared and an opportunity comes available, and then you do it and you're there. So.
Yeah.
But I just wrote like a couple new songs this time, and and this last time up, I just got back from Nashville a couple of days ago and wrote some really good stuff. And it was funny because out of the 10 days there, I only wrote like really one country song. Everything else is rock and pop. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's like because I'm really stressing. We're doing a lot of stuff in movies. There's a lot of opportunities in movies and TV shows. Like especially with these a lot of these new Netflix are making their own movies, they're streaming and all this stuff, and all the new ones coming up. They're looking for songs. And so there's 8 to 10 million possibilities for you getting a song on there.
Wow.
You know what I mean? And I had songs in Smallville and One Tree Trail and and Glory Days and some movies and stuff. And I just got a song in a movie called American Confederate. That was last week, so that was cool. Come out was a song called When We Fight. It's about two brothers. One's a Union guy, one's Confederate. It's Civil War,
Yeah.
And so that's cool. We just got and did the paperwork on that. So the thing is, there's and it's not I have a good retirement, so I'm not it's not the money thing. It's just the joy.
And you're not the least bit busy.
No, yeah. Well, the thing is, what I love about music, I think to me is you can get a room of people, you can have all different religions, different races, sexual identities, whatever, and they all have their differences. But when the music goes on,
It's on.
we're all one.
Yeah.
We're all into the music. To me, that's super spiritual. It's you really and the joy you can bring people. It's awesome. I love that.
Yeah.
So, I that's so I don't know. And I've been writing songs literally since I've been 5.
Yeah.
I used to have piano lessons. Mrs. Taplinger, and she'd go, "Now, here's my lesson," and then I go, "And I wrote this." She goes, "What?" And I go, "Yeah." She's like, "You wrote that?" "Oh." And I would write my own. So it was in me to do it. People always say and I say I didn't choose music. Music chose me.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's a learning process. And I never think I know it all ever. Because as soon as you do that, you need to go. Okay, you know it all. All right, buddy.
Yep.
No one knows the secret how to get things cut. No one knows I know exactly what to do. No one knows exactly what to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You just it's just one of the stars here in the volume. But you have a bunch of great songs, a bunch of great recordings. And an opportunity comes up, and all of a sudden you get one,
Yeah.
And so I'm really working on a lot of stuff for TVs and movie stuff, and I have a good guy I write in the studio with, and he's synced up with people like the music supervisor for Netflix. It's
Very
awesome.
cool.
Yeah, so it's
Good
cool.
contact, yeah.
Good contact, yeah. And that,
Now, I've got to ask you,
Go
back,
ahead.
I guess, what is about 13 years ago, 14 years
My
ago
son.
when we met, you you were part of a band called Wonderful Johnson.
Yes.
Now, what happened to your... did it
The
just go
thing
by
is,
the
Wonderful
wayside,
Johnson was
or-
really just me. You know what I mean? And I get players. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it was funny. We had a show one time. It was Wonderful Johnson and Wet Willie on the same day. I swear I didn't pick it. It's just the guy goes, "Really?
Yeah.
Really?" And then the guys from Blackfoot. It was it was a weird thing. This guy put it together, and it had this, and it was supposed to be for veterans, and we were all about that, and so we drove up. The whole band drove up to Atlanta, to Jonesboro. We did it, the show, and it was like Wet Willie, Wonderful Johnson. Wow, it's like man, who put that together? So it was pretty funny. But actually was a guy's name. His name was Wonderful, and his brother was named Innocence. They were both Wonderful Johnson, Innocent Johnson, their mommy. And I thought, how great it is that his whole life he's been called Wonderful.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, what a positive affirmation on a daily basis. Now, of course, everyone else goes to the other place, you know, Wonderful Johnson, you know, but it has nothing really to do with that. It's more about the affirmation I love. And he was an actual patient, about 88-year-old guy, and I asked him, can I use your name for a job? He goes, yeah, go ahead. So I got his license and went, name's Wonderful Johnson. That's awesome. That's killer. I love that. That's my brother Innocence. I'm like, damn. All right.
Wow.
So that was so cool.
Yeah.
So
do you do any band work anymore, or is it just predominantly?
Pretty much solo stuff. I do have guys that, you know, that like, it's funny when I go to like Nashville, we do this round. There's a place, I believe, my friend Rose, Milio, she owns a lot of places, but this place she has is called Belcourt Taps. And it's really cool. Sort of like the way the Bluebird was, and it was like sort of like, you know, more like songwriting stuff, and it's cool. It's small, it's intimate, and so every time I go up there, she lets me host a round show. So Tim McGeary and friends. It's 26 and 12. Oh, okay. And the thing is, people they think it's a psalm, which it is actually, but it's actually a songwriter. Like to be a songwriter, we have 26 letters in the alphabet, right? And we have 12 notes. Yeah. Oh, and we have to say, okay, now take that 26 and 12. And do something with it different. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So yeah. So, and so it's the 26 and 12 series, and I've had some really good rounds and stuff. And for me, what I try to do is I try to get people together. Like I have like older hit songwriters and young artists, and I put them together like so they can meet each other. And so like, you know, the young artists will get like, you know, the timely lessons from somebody that's been in the business for 30 years. And the older guys gets the energy from these like new like, yeah, I want to go. Yeah. So it's a really good combination, and so we got some things going. So it's really great. Oh yeah. Yeah. So it's things are, you know, I just love music. You know what I mean? It's just in me, and now that I'm retired, I can just, you know, as a firefighter, I'm sort of free and I have money coming in, so my bills are paid, so it's nice. And now I just do these shows and house concerts and travel around the world and then go up to Nashville and write songs with these hit songwriters and try to get them in movies. And I mean, it's just like... So you're retired, but you're just as doggone busy.
What a lie.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, I mean, I retired from fire, but and I am my music is my life, you know. And you know, and my wife's been great, you know, like, you know, she's, you know, she understands that, like, this part of me, you know, and so that's, you know, but it's so great when I can take her to Europe and we can just have fun, and, you know, and then we do these shows, and and it sort of saves money because you stay there for free, you know, and they feed you, and, you know, you make some money. So like then we go for a couple more days, do another show, stay for free, make some money, go on, do another show. Yeah. So it's like, yeah, it's sort of fun, and you know, and we just, and she loves castles and stuff like that. So, you know, we hit every, like, we're driving along, there's a castle. And off we go, you know. You know. Now, the one castle was like, it was what a story it was. It was a Rosefa, and it was in Albania. And the legend goes, and I'm hoping this is a legend, but it was there were three brothers building this castle, and they couldn't get the walls kept on falling down. So a cleric, I don't know what kind it was, you know, but a holy man or something, goes, well, if you want the walls to stand, you're going to have to sacrifice one of your wives. So whoever brings you lunch tomorrow, you know, you're going to, like, she will be the sacrifice, but you can't tell your wives, you know what I mean? So there's two older brothers and a younger brother, and the two older brothers, well, they told their wives, don't bring us lunch tomorrow, don't do it, you know. And the younger brother, his wife was named Rosefa, and she brings him lunch. So he tells her, and she goes, okay, I'll be sacrificed, but you need to leave me one eye out so I can see my baby, one arm out so I can hold my baby, one breast out so I can feed my baby, and one leg out so I can rock the cradle. I'm like, what a story. Please be a legend. That can't be real. Yeah. But it was like, you know, it was really cool, and the guys there were so nice, you know, and, you know, Montenegro, same thing. I mean, Albania, really nice. Great. I mean, everywhere we went, just like, you know, people just nice, and we just had a great time, and, you know, and, you know, the food, it's so good. Oh, yeah. You know, no GMOs, all fresh from the farm, you know, the cheeses, the breads, everything, you know, just delicious. It's just a different way of, you know, it's a different way. Like, their thing, like, you know, we like sort of like the big house, you know, like that. But over there, it's like, no, we need a place to hang our hat, you know. And, right. You know, it's just like, you know, small. It's good. You know, that's all we need. Something like that, small and comfortable. And but they do a lot of traveling because, you know, once you're there, There's an airline there called Ryanair. I'm doing a plug for Ryanair, okay? So, and but they're super cheap. I mean, we went to Marrakesh for like $34 from Madrid.
Oh wow!
We were gonna actually go to Toulouse, and but we didn't go. But the airline, the flight from Madrid, Spain to Toulouse, France, $18.
That's just like
I know.
It's like
a
nothing.
cab would be more expensive.
I go like I'm going to be in the plane, right?
Yeah.
I'm not on the wing or anything, right? I'm on the baggage compartment.
You have to fly, but other than that,
Yeah. No, they sort of nickel and dime a little bit, like it's $3 if you want like to sit next to the person, and it's like, and if you want to get the first on, it's $7. So, but it's still an extra $10. I sit with my wife and first on the plane, we're good. So the thing is, when you go over there, it's like, if you could drive, if you just want to. You can just get to one place to another, and it's really sort of pretty inexpensive, once you get there. But last time we were there, we drove all the way from Denmark, all through all these countries through Greece. When like in Liechtenstein, it was funny. When like the castle, and we were going to the entrance, and we hear this halt. And I go, what? He goes, isn't this the entrance? He goes, yes, but the prince still lives here. You can't go in. Oh, okay.
Oh,
so okay, back it up. Yeah. And then we went to a concentration camp, which was really sad. I was like, I won't go into that, but saddest thing I ever went through, me and my wife. And so we had to go to Neuschwanstein Castle, which is the castle that Disney models there after, and the crazy Duke, I think they killed him after because he was so crazy.
Oh, yeah?
Spent a lot of money, yeah. but he made like a lot of cool, like he used the mountain streams and put them through, and they use it for faucets. They had running water in the castle. They have and there's all like these beautiful faucets of gold, these animals. It's really cool. So, and then Switzerland, beautiful. The lakes are like turquoise. You look at the lakes and you go, okay, did you guys put some dye in this thing? Because that turquoise green is like unbelievable looking. It's beautiful. And the Alps and stuff, and you go like, now that's what I call a mountain.
Yeah.
And the one time we're trying to get to Italy, and we're driving through going through this mountain. We're going up, and we're going up, and we're going up, and we're going up. We're going up. Now we're in the snow. It's in June.
Oh, isn't that
and
wild?
we're in the snow. So that's how high up we were. We're way up.
Wow.
And we're just about to the last road to get over the mountain. Closed. Oh, and all the way down.
Oh.
Didn't you read the sign? I didn't go through my Swiss vocabulary.
Yeah, there you go.
But there were motorcycles going with us up there, So I thought, well, they're local, I thought, they didn't read the sign either,
Yeah.
And then and then they passed us back down. I'm like, what else going on? And then I found out what's going on.
The road was closed. Yeah.
Well, they didn't tell us there's a tunnel. It's a 10-mile tunnel under this mountain, like only Swiss would do. It's like, we're gonna make this tunnel. It's 10 miles long. Let's go. And it goes right. That's the easy shot. So we went did that, and we got to Italy. It was great. We had a great time there. But when we got to Greece, and it was funny. We went to an Airbnb. It was really nice. And my wife said, well, let's stay here one more day in Athens. I said, okay. So get a hotel room. So I got to the hotel room, and I'm sitting at the desk. It's 10 in the morning, and a prostitute and a John walks by. Another prostitute and a John walks by. Another prostitute walks by. I go, we're not staying here. And the guy's like, why not? I would never put my wife or myself in a bed that you rent by the hour. We're going. So, so we ended up in this little Kalamata, little towns, and we ended up in the last 3 days of our trip. We just wanted to chill out because we had traveled like a lot, and so in this little town, I think it's called Akrudi. It's Akourdris, and they had like a Roman thermal mud spa, so it's like we mudded ourselves up and everything was really funny. But, beautiful hotel right on the water, like, literally like 15 seconds to the beach, Adriatic Sea, so beautiful, and $42 a night, breakfast included. It's like, so like I had like a rack of lamb dinner. It's $9. Like where I rem, you get like two little $9. Like it's like, and it's like a whole dinner with salad and everything. Like it was awesome. The little town of Crudi only had 4 blocks long. It was so small. You didn't have an ATM. I had to drive 5 miles away, get cash, and come back.
Wow.
It was just beautiful. And then we took 2 ferries. We took a ferry from Greece to Italy, drove from Italy to one side to the other side, and then took another ferry from Italy to Spain. We had to have our car back in Madrid. And these ferries are giant. they have like 150 18-wheelers or more, plus
Wow.
about 600 cars. They're huge. It's like a ship.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
So we had a room and everything. So it was like, it's fun. They weren't super posh, but they were pretty nice. It was just beautiful. On the go on the Adriatic Sea and then go on the Mediterranean.
Yeah.
Life is rough.
So did you carry your guitar with you throughout the countryside? Yeah,
That little mini Yamaha.
Yeah.
I got that when me and Randy went to the music store. And,
Right.
And I said, oh, look at a little guitar.
And
Let
he's
me try
got one
it.
just like it too.
I know, he showed me.
Yeah.
But he's a little bigger than mine. Mine's even smaller.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, I was in Nashville, and so I took it out at Belcourt Taps. I was want to road test it. So I go, how everyone has like big cars and big trucks to compensate for small stuff? Look at my guitar. No brag, but yeah. Everyone started laughing. It's pretty funny. But but it sounds great. It has active electronics on it, as a tuner and everything. It works great. So I love it. So
well, you ought to be recognized. You've been over there. 4 times you said?
This is our third time.
The third time.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're going.
So you're going to have some name recognition going on. I'm sure.
Well, we're
people
trying. We're getting it out there, and there's other things. There's another European house concert hub and some other stuff. And I got a name. People are helping me here that know people in France, something like that. They're getting together with some people and stuff like that. So, but I do. The thing is, I love Texas because playing Texas, people like original music.
Oh yeah, they do.
They want to see who's the guy that wrote it, and tell me how you wrote it, and tell me about it. You know what I mean? And they do. They love it. So
right.
I love the crowds here. And last night we had one in Eastland. It was a great concert. I know Saturday's going to be fun. And just connect with the people, and it's just great. I don't know. I love it here. So.
Well, we are so enjoying you, and we get to live vicariously through you because none of us are going to be going to Europe anytime doing that kind of stuff. It sounds great.
Yeah, it's good.
But it's just been an absolute pleasure having you this evening.
Oh,
and
thank you so much. I just love to be here.
Oh, yeah. You ready to go eat?
I'm ready to go eat.
Let's go eat.
Brisket! No. Again.
And thanks to my co-pilot tonight, Barbara Moore, since Randy's
Barbara.
back
Thank
in the back.
Thank you so much. Gene, my brother.
That's right. Everybody keep tuning in. You are in the music room.